Oh, are we live? Is this on? Are we good? We going? We're going. Well, on three, okay, everyone? To say it with me. Merry birthday. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, everyone. Welcome to the Long Transaction Podcast, hosted by yours truly, Long Transaction. I opened this bottle of champagne for you. My sound is going off. It's a very, very good podcast overall. I have a lot on tap today. New Year's means there are currently games going on, so I'm going to be watching that while I do this podcast. What is NBC Sports? You know, NBC Sports, the coverage in the United States for Premier League used to be incredible. You used to be able to watch any game, because you know how they play a ton of games at 10 a.m., well, 3 p.m., I guess, in the UK. You could watch anything, and you just had to have cable. Then they're like, oh, wait, this is too good. So they changed it so you have to buy NBC Sports Gold. Otherwise, you can only get the featured game. And it doesn't really matter because you can just go on soccer streams anyway and find anything you want. But, like, how annoying is that? What is the game? Oh, they have this new thing where you try to predict the scores for 5 matches. Oh my gosh, wait, I'm actually right now. Okay. So I can't remember exactly. I don't know where my phone is. All right, so I want this game to stay. If you win, you get $50,000. Good. Aubameyang didn't score. So anyway, I predicted the score of Arsenal-Fulham to be 3-1. It is currently 3-1. I don't even know who scored. Kamara scored. Okay. Let me see. What else did I pick? These things never work. Why is it downloaded twice? This is like oh my, could you shut up? I'm just filming a podcast. Don't score, please, Arsenal, you mugs. Who else did I pick? I want to see. So I picked 3-1. I picked Tottenham to win 3-0. I picked Chelsea to win 1-0. 1-1 Burnley and Huddersfield, and 3-all Man City Liverpool. Arsenal about to score. They did. Damn it, you guys suck. 4-1. You've ruined my life. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Well, we tried, didn't we, boys? We absolutely tried. I always wonder, what do you gain? If you're NBC Sports, what do you gain by doing this? I guess promotion, because you want people to download the app, and then you can advertise. Actually, that must be it. Because I know Warren Buffett, if you get every single pick correct, you don't have to pick the score correct, but for March Madness, which is the NCAA basketball tournament, college tournament, if you get everything right, which no one has ever gotten everything right, you get $1 billion. So the odds of that must be so low that they know that there's no point. It's like free promotion because people are going to go to the website, participate, you can put ads on that, and then you're never going to have to pay $1 billion. But why would you pick $1 billion? That seems like such an outrageous number. Maybe because Warren Buffett knows it's such an outrageous number, there's no fear. I should have picked 4-1. Oh well. I realized that with things like this, you can have someone who's seen the most football ever. Someone who knows everything. Well, it doesn't even need to be football. Whatever sport it is, they can know everything about it. They could be an expert, but it's really just random. It's luck. Like, I guess you could predict Arsenal is going to beat Fulham. They're going to bounce back because they always seem to bounce back well after a terrible performance against Liverpool. 4-1. It's not that shocking, but how are you supposed to pick 4-1 as opposed to 5-1? They could even get another fifth. They could get a fifth. I don't know. It's it's whatever. We're talking about New Year, New Me. That is the theme of today's podcast. It is New Year's, and like everyone, it's time for my resolution. What do I resolve to do? I don't know. I have a notepad up, and I'm going to write down LT's New Year's revolution. I want to make, if you go back 3 years, my New Year's resolution was to get in shape. I'm not like in bad shape, but I always wanted to improve my cardio because I'm not good at running. And I always thought I should be good at running. That's, if we're ever in a zombie apocalypse, that's going to be my downfall. I feel like I'm pretty good at a lot of things, but running is not one of them. So that would be my downfall. So I wanted to get better at running for the impending doom. And so I told people on my, I think I was doing Bronze to Glory at the time. I was like, hey guys, my New Year's resolution is to run a quarter of a mile longer every day. So I would start out at 1 mile, then the next day do 1.25 miles and keep going. And then someone's like, isn't that kind of lofty expectations? Like, aren't you going to eventually reach like 27 miles every day? And that is true, but I was going to make it so you do 0.25 gradually until you get to a certain point, like, I don't know, 5 miles a day, something kind of reasonable, just so you can build up the body and then stop. I don't even think I made it to 2 miles, to be honest. The only time I've ever gotten into running was 2015. Was it 2000? Yeah, spring of 2015, I think. And the farthest I ever ran was 6 miles. It was so weird though. People always talk about runner's high, and I had never had it before, and I was like, I wonder what happens. And I was so tired at around like 3 miles. The way I lived, you would come down a giant hill, so it was really easy the last like mile. So I'm like running on campus at my college, and then I just have to go straight. I have to go like maybe a mile to get to the downhill part, and then it's an easy mile. So I was going to run pretty far, like 4 miles, maybe 5 miles. But then for some reason I just turn right and I go in a loop. I just go back around where I was. I'm like, why am I doing this? And I was really tired. Like I didn't even think I was going to make it down that last 2 miles, even with the hill advantage. But I randomly just took a right turn. And then I got a burst of energy and I ran another 3 miles like really easily. It was the strangest thing. That's the only time it ever happened. I was listening to this was when Spencer FC had a podcast. The Spencer FC podcast, I believe. It was adeptly named. And I really liked that podcast. I wish he did it more. I know people were wondering why I stopped the podcast, and it's just because I don't have as much time to do things as I'd like, because I want to do so many things, but I do everything by myself. I'm basically Russ, if you guys know the rapper. Please don't call me Russ. But here, I'll list the things that I do, not because I'm like, yo dude, what's up? It's your boy LT. I do it all. Know what I'm saying? Oh, something I did do. Usually I have to end the podcast like 40 minutes on the dot because I always have to go to the bathroom for some reason. I used the bathroom earlier. I used it before the podcast, and I have water. New year, new me. Am I right? Can I get a cheers to that? What was I saying? Oh yeah, all the things that I do. I was bragging about myself. Well, I think one of the New Year's things that I wanted to do, I'll list all the things that I want to do, and they're all correlated with what all the things that I do. Poo-poo. I wanted to upload a video every day for FIFA, like a buy or not, because I'm trying to figure out how to do the buy or nots, because I like to put effort into them, so it's not just like, that's why I had this camera that you're seeing. It's a DSLR camera, and for a brief period I was using this camera and the webcam, and I would cut in between, so it'd be like it'd zoom in on this. I do like kind of funny cuts that I thought, basically I would edit more, and I would have multiple cameras because I thought if you up the production value, it's good. No one really commented. I mean, I thought it was obviously a better video, and people said, hey, nice video, but I don't know if the effort was worth it. It's not so difficult to use 2 cameras, but because you have to, like, it adds basically another 45 minutes to the video editing process itself. And also probably the rendering, because now you have a bigger file to upload, or to render and then to upload. So it probably in total might add an extra hour, and that doesn't seem like a lot, but I think that it's not so much I'm going for quantity over quality, but I'm trying to post more videos because people like the videos, and it's a nice touch to add something like the camera, but it's not so much that the camera adds more than, say, another whole video would. People would rather have that extra video than this extra camera. So that's why I've decided to do that. I also used to cut, like so the process would be, I would put all the files, I would chop it up into the sections that I wanted to keep, then I would watch it through, and that's like 15 minutes. It would probably be 15 minutes to watch a whole video, but I'm pausing it consistently, and then I'm like taking out parts, and then I'm going to zoom in so it's just camera as opposed to camera and gameplay. I'm going to cut the video or cut the audio. I'm going to zoom in here. So I was actually watching the whole video multiple times to edit, which is good, but when I'm doing everything by myself, I don't really have that time. And so what I'm trying to say is, as opposed to, did Arsenal win? 4-1, you mugs. As opposed to editing more into the video, I think I'll do more player reviews overall. And that's what I was trying to do. This is my experiment, actually, what I'm going to do tomorrow, which you guys have to tell me. Is today Tuesday? Yeah, it is. You guys have to tell me if this is a good idea or if you have any suggestions as to what I should do. But I tried to do a live stream, and there's a possibility, or there's a feature in OBS to record the live stream as well. So then I could record that, put it into Premiere Pro, and then chop up just the review of the player. So I was reviewing like Andros Townsend versus someone else, and then Götze versus that other attacking mid from Germany. And it's not because I know those 4 players. It was Dwight Gale against Andros Townsend. Those 4 players, people are interested in, but it's not something like a Footmas card that's going to get a lot of views and people are like, I really want to know. Like, I need to know this decision. It's more like I guess I'd be curious to see that video. Would this be an interesting player to watch? But it's not something that you really seek out. It's more like you see it and you're like, okay, I guess that's something that could interest me. So anyway, my plan is, and I think I mentioned this in a player review recently, I'm going to I'll have a video tomorrow for a player review because it's usually very simple to see what player people want to see. Last week it was Son. I couldn't afford him, so I couldn't do it, unfortunately. But hopefully there's a player for around 200k. Like the really good example was Mahrez. Mahrez, less than 200k. Of course everyone wants to see him because he was the #1 player. I'm trying to think who it could be this week. Probably Felipe Anderson, but he might be over what my budget is. I might have to try to get him. So I'm going to probably do that, but then I'll have a video where I go through all the players of the team of the week and I look at their stats, and then I have a poll and you choose which player you want me to review. Because then, as opposed to me just like randomly picking players, I have a list that people want to see. So I know I get a better understanding of who actually interests you. Because I've noticed that I have a different interest. The players that I'm interested in are different than the players that most people are interested in. Because I always like cheap players who are interesting because they have like high agility, high dribbling, high pace. But then other people like to see connections. They like to see like a Japanese player in the Spanish league, like nEw. I would review him because he had high agility and balance and stuff like that, but a lot of people, actually, here's a better example. Tech Petty, a silver 74 rated inform. I had like 6 people say review Tech Petty. Like, why would I review him? I don't know. But if I get that list, then at least I have something to work off of. So yeah, I'll do that, I guess. That's my New Year's resolution. My New Year's revolution, as I wrote in this WordPad. Ask people what player they want to see reviewed / do a team of the week review episode. So basically I'll do a team of the week review episode at the start of every team of the week, so then I get a better idea. I think that's a good idea. I'm going to give that rating an 8 out of 10 for ideas. I think that's good. Another thing, this one I don't know. Yesterday I did a live stream playing the pop-up cup for Fortnite, which I actually had it. Pop-up cup, if you don't know, is the competitive aspect of Fortnite. It's a practice event, so it's not like Weekend League, because Weekend League you get rewards and stuff like that. Pop-up cup is just people want to see what kind of score they can get, and they want to get better against good players, so they play that. You can gain like clout, I guess, and you can gain recognition if you continuously do really well in pop-up cups, but it's not like you get a 100k pack and you get a skin or something like that. So I live stream that on YouTube. Usually I don't even live stream it, but if I do, it's going to be on Twitch for Fortnite, because I know people don't really like Fortnite on my YouTube. And it's not like I've actually been getting really good numbers for live streams of FIFA, which is cool. Like 200 viewers, which is ridiculous considering less than 2 years ago I was getting like 3 viewers. I was getting 30 viewers, but I don't care about the number of viewers so much after a certain level. The thing I don't like about streaming on Twitch is I'll get no viewers, or I'll get 1 viewer, and then it's just awkward, because I feel like I'm just one of those guys who puts twitch.tv in the name, and then you go to their channel and then it's just one person. I don't put twitch.tv in my name because I don't want people to go. I think that's a weird way of advertising. But if it's just one person, I don't think it's fun for the chat either, because then they're just kind of talking to themselves and talking to me. So my question to you all is, would you like to see those on Twitch? And maybe people just don't know, or they're not interested in Fortnite, and I should just keep trying to build a thing on Twitch, because I don't really want to get to the point where I have to keep going on Twitch, because I don't like live streaming as much as I like videos. I've mentioned this a lot. The reason I like videos is because I personally get really tired after playing like 2 hours of a video game. So I could never be the guy who streams for 9 hours on Fortnite. I just couldn't do it. I would get too tired. I would be boring. I wouldn't have energy. I don't think it's healthy either, to be honest. So I always take breaks. But I do like to stream things like the pop-up cup. So maybe this is me asking you questions, but it's also me asking myself questions and then verbalizing it and figuring out an answer. So the question is, should I post it on Twitch or YouTube for pop-up cups? Now, pop-up cups don't really happen that frequently, so it's not like my channel is just going to become Fortnite, because I don't want it to be just Fortnite. I want it to be mainly FIFA with the occasional Fortnite with the occasional rap video, because that is what the people are asking for. So I think I'll do what I just did. Pop-up cup is a special event. Anytime it's a solo event, it's not like I do pop-up cup duos, or if I do just random solos matches, because there are other people who have that already. There are a ton of other people who do those, have better streams, are better players, have a following that wants to see that. So I'm not going to go in that space. I don't want to join that space. So I'm going to stick to, okay, I like it. I'm thinking through. New year, new me. Hashtag, can we get it in the chat? Only stream Fortnite on YouTube if it's solo pop-up cup / special event. All right, we're 2 down, boys. We're 2 down. Another question. Well, I kind of answered this one already. My question was if I wanted to stream more on YouTube for FIFA, because I was getting good viewers, but then I think I kind of answered my question already, because I don't like streaming for multiple hours. I get frustrated. Oh, actually, the reason I was thinking about this, not to be confused with the player reviews, but I wanted to get better at FIFA. Now, the thing that annoys me about FIFA, which is, it's obvious, but it's pay to win. But it's not like you can only win if you have really good players, because I didn't think this was possible, and that was part of the reason why I wasn't that interested in getting better at FIFA because I thought it's impossible. But I did see someone with a top 100 finish in the weekend league, and they had a very average team, like worse than what I have. So that guy's a professional FIFA player, and he's really good at FIFA, and he knows all the abuse mechanics, all the mechanics to abuse, but he's good at it. So do I want to stream FIFA to try to get better at it? Because the thing is, if I stream FIFA with the sole purpose of getting better at it, the streams I don't think are going to be as entertaining, unless you like to see FIFA in a competitive sense. And it'll also take away from time that I have to do player reviews. But I think I'm a weird person. I'm a very strange person because I like to get better at things by just doing it repetitively. I'm like, if you had a robot who was like kind of weird and had daddy issues, no, but like one of the most fun things I can do in Fortnite is just go into playground mode and just work on 90s, which is a building mechanic that you have to press a bunch of buttons really quickly, and it's repetitive and you do the same thing over and over again. But for some reason, I really like to just turn on music and just do those over and over again. Same thing, I'm trying to get better at boxing. This is also kind of a New Year's revolution. And I'm trying to work on speed bag and double end bag, and it's really repetitive. Like speed bag, you just go duh 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 duh, and you try to keep it going. You know what a speed bag is, I'm assuming. It's not like it's creative and it's not that exciting, but I really like to just just drift away and just keep doing the same repetitive motion over and over again. I think that's a thing. Like there's probably a reason for that. I don't know what it's called. Maybe you have it too. But repetitive stuff like that really interests me. So would you guys want to see try hard streams basically of me? It's not like I'm not gonna get mad at FIFA. Hopefully. I hope I don't become like one of those really disgruntled pro players, because I feel like most pro players become really angry at the game to the point that they hate it. And I don't love FIFA. It's not a great game, but I am interested in getting better at things. That is my main driving force. So would you want to see hardcore streams where I do interact with chat, but it's not like I'm only reading chat, because my main purpose is to get better at the game? Because the other option is I could just do it off stream. I don't even know when I would have the time to do this though. Because this is what I needed to do. Okay. So let me just write on my list. Workout boxing. I wanted to run through a day in the life of long transition, because I need to try to figure out. This is kind of questions for you guys, but mainly it's like my time to figure out how to make this thing work. So let's go through a day in the life of long transition. I wake up at 7 a.m. This is Monday through Thursday, we'll say. Actually, we'll say Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, because Wednesday is slightly different, but slightly different. Yeah, let's do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. 7 a.m. Wake up. 7:45. Leave for work. I get to work around 8:30. Get to work. Then it doesn't really matter. Like the period from 8:30 till around 6:20, I'm at work. So I get home at 6:20. I use the bathroom. 6:20. We'll say 6:23. Use bathroom. 6:30. Downstairs for video. Then from 6:30, and then I usually eat around 8:30. So we'll say 8:30 or 8 o'clock. Eat food. 8:15. Done with food. So then the next thing is like 11:30, sleep. So basically my periods, my period to do things is from 6:30 p.m. until 8 p.m. and then 8:30 p.m. until 11 p.m. Those are my 2 free period. So that's in total an hour and a half plus 2 hours. So that's like 4 hours to do stuff. But the way I've been using it is that 6:30 to 8 p.m. I record a video at 6:30, usually finishes around 7:20ish, edit the video, and sometimes I finish rendering it, or I hit the render button and then I go eat. But sometimes I have to come back down after and then I have to render. But anyway, usually the video is uploaded around 8:30ish, 8:45 p.m. depending on that. And then from that period from 8 after I finish eating until I go to sleep, I sometimes just watch Fortnite. Like I'm tired from work and I'm tired from recording a video and I just chill. But I'm getting bored of just doing the same thing over and over again. And I wonder what I should do with that time. The reason this is different for a Wednesday is because I know on a Wednesday that's the best time to put a FIFA video out. Like sometimes 6:30 to 8, if I'm not recording a video, I don't do anything. Like I won't do anything. Should I make that a streaming time? A dedicated streaming time, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday? I could do that. Do I want to do that? And then would I want to record afterwards? The thing I'm worried about is burning out from FIFA, because this is different. On Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I always stream Weekend League. And I've seen other people burn out from FIFA, and like I don't know if I have the mental fortitude to keep playing FIFA at a competitive level, because there's so much RNG in it. It is such a pay to win game and it's so much RNG. I might actually go crazy. And part of the reason people always say, wow, you're so calm playing this game, how you do it? I always smash my controller. It's because, one, I don't put real money into it, because I think that's crazy to put real money into a thing that has so much RNG, and like the goal is to take your money basically. So that's one reason. And then the other is because I never take it too seriously. Of course I get disappointed if I miss out on Elite 3 or if I have a bad game, but it's not to the point where I keep thinking about it. Like there was one point where I was taking FIFA so seriously in the Weekend League, I was thinking about my losses like after the fact, and then that was when I really started to hate it. And so I don't think I want to do that. But what do I do with that time? Because sometimes what I'll do is 6:30 to 8 p.m. I'll spend working on a song, because I want to work on more music. I have a good song. At least I think it's pretty good. I have another song that I'm done with. I'd like to release, let me put this on the list, my Revolutions. I want to release another EP. Release an EP. I know some of you guys listen to that EP, Landslide. I actually think that's a really good first EP. It's probably my second, actually. I did a really bad EP a couple years ago, which I don't know where it is. I didn't know how to mix or master any song, so all the songs probably sound really way too loud or something. But I think I figured out kind of how to do the fundamentals and the mechanics for music, and I feel like it's way better. Like, I didn't even know how to use a metronome in Logic. I didn't even use Logic. I used GarageBand for that first one. But part of the reason why I'm afraid to make this a schedule, like 6:30 to 8 p.m. and then 8:30 to 11, and I'll just say I'm going to stream for these 4 hours every day, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'll stream also for Weekend League, because I get too tired. No, I can't. I don't think I can stream. I don't think I can be a FIFA streamer. I'm just thinking, I'm playing it through in my head, and I'm going crazy. I end up crazy. This is like, have you seen the movie Bird Box? That movie's bad. That movie's a bad movie. I hope I'm recording. I didn't even check. Okay, I'm recording. But Bird Box is a bad movie. I watched that, and the whole time I had no idea what was going on. If you don't want me to spoil it, I won't but I didn't like that movie at all. I was really confused. So many plot holes. Very confused the whole time. Very confused. In the end, I go crazy. That's the answer. So okay. So we've decided then. I'm not going to be a full-time streamer, but I do want to get better at the game. Why do I have to be a streamer though? Why does it have to be streaming? I just run out of time to do things, man. I wish I had more time. My New Year's resolution should be to build a time machine so I can stop it and then I can have more time. I don't know, man. This is very difficult to figure out. I should do these more, but not on a podcast when I'm supposed to entertain people. Maybe this is entertaining to some of you, because actually this would be entertaining to me, because I would like to figure out, like, what is a day in the life of PewDiePie like? Because they always say, oh yeah, he has so much time to do stuff. But then in reality, he has to record a video. I don't think he doesn't edit them anymore. So maybe the editing process it takes up a good chunk of time. I've gotten pretty good at, like, I know I'll speak when I'm recording because I have the intention of having this as part of the part of what's going to get into the final cut. But then sometimes I mumble, or then I stumble over my words, and then I have to delete it, then I have to get rid of it, and then that makes me have to watch over the footage again so I don't, like, randomly say a slur. I don't do that. This 4.5 hour though, that's a good period to do stuff. I wonder if I should another thing I wanted to do, which is always my thing, is to wake up earlier. 7 a.m. is a pretty good time to wake up, but if I woke up at 6, that would add an extra hour. But then I would not be getting as much sleep. Can I function on 6 hours of sleep? This is trying to be most efficient with the very rigid schedule. Like, I don't have that much free time. If only I didn't have to work. If only. Oh, I know. Okay, you know what will solve all this? You guys have to get me $4,000 a month on Patreon, and then I can do this. 5,000. So 5,000 would be how many subscribers on Twitch? 5,000 would be, you get $2.50, carry the 7. That's a lot of freaking people. That's so many people. Okay, well, I can't do that, so that's not an option. Gain 2,000 subscribers on Twitch, and I'm not a Twitch partner. Actually, no, I am a Twitch partner. I'm affiliate. I don't know. You can't subscribe yet. Anyway, that's the point. But I don't know. I just wish I wish I had more time to do these videos. I'm trying to think of how I can do this. Anyway, that's the whole point of New Year's resolution. Maybe you guys have an idea what I should do. I'm very lost. I do want to work on the music though, so that's why, because music is the one thing that I really, really enjoy. And I just get lost in it for like an hour and a half, so I couldn't dedicate that time to streaming and then never have another free moment to do music. That's part of the reason why I think streaming is kind of dangerous, because you get sucked into it if you get successful, because it is something that the more time and effort you put into, once you reach a certain point, because I would say that I put time into streaming and then it hasn't really paid off in terms of like monetary value coming back. But once you reach a certain point where you have a dedicated following, if you put the time in, you see the money, you see the success, and you see growth, which is the main point for me. You get the growth and you're like, oh, this is kind of addicting to see this growth. So then you keep doing it. But then you lose track of like how much time you're spending doing other stuff. If it were an actual full-time job for me, I wouldn't mind doing it. But because it's not a full-time job, I feel like I'm wasting that time. Because I want to do music, but then if I'm spending the whole free time, because I look at that 4.5 hours as free time for me, because the other time I spent basically for work. If I spend that time basically having another job, I keep saying basically because I'm a basic boy, then I don't have free time, and then I think I go crazy. Damn it. Bird Box, man. I don't know. I think this was one of the more interesting podcasts. Also, by the way, it's been 1 year since the incident. It's over a year. I think the 28th or the 27th was the food poisoning date. I thought I was going to die. I'm not going to tell that story. I don't think I can. Did anyone comment on the last video? Let me look at these YouTube comments. We're about to hit 10,000 subscribers, which is really weird. We're at 9,500, I believe. 9,509. Whoop-de freaking do. That is... Love the content, bro. You need more subs. Nice to see someone. I don't know if I want to get so many subscribers. Sometimes I think if I get subscribers, then everything will be fine. But then I also think if I get too many subscribers, then I don't want to do that. So no one commented on the wanting to hear that story. That's fine though. It's fine. I don't want to tell that story anyway. It's very gross. Is there a game going on? 12:30 Cardiff Tottenham. Heck yes. All right, New Year, New Me. Thank you for listening to the podcast. I enjoyed it. I hope you guys had a swell time. Leave any suggestions down below. I will actually listen to them. I need your guidance. Guide me through this time of need. Thank you for the subscribers. It's incredible, the support. I watched a video of a guy who lost a ton of weight. He lost 198 pounds in 1 year. If that guy can do that, then I can figure out what to do with my 4.5 hours. I also think I weigh 175 pounds, so he lost more than me. That is ridiculous. He lost a person. He lost some people. Actually, I know people who weigh less than 100 pounds. He lost 2 of them. 2 whole people. He weighed 475 pounds. It's like 5 humans. That's crazy. How does that happen? Then how do you lose it? I think the losing part is more incredible. I don't know. The thing that's always freaked me out about that is if you get to that size, then you're it's not like you just lose all the weight and it's fine, because then you have all this hanging skin. You can get surgery, I guess, to like pin it back or whatever. But it's like once you reach that point, then you can't really, you're stuck. Which, I mean, I think part of the reason is because you want to be able to show off, hey, look, I lost all this weight. But then you're like, well, I got all this kind of unsightly hanging skin. Okay, that's the end of the podcast. Thank you guys. Don't forget to spare pets.